Hello to basically what I consider to be the most messiest fucking part of any Sane Trilogy part I've done for these Let's Plays. It's Crash Free, it's Sane Trilogy, and it is the Gem Rush, which... The thing about Crash Free is that you can't simply just do a Gem Rush with this game, because this game holds some things that require you to just go and get some relics first before you can do that, and also have two specific levels that we have to go and deal with that you can't just simply access from a warp room. But right now we're getting the yellow gem from this level. There you go. It's not that hard to get to anyway, and once you actually do get the yellow gem, this little bit here will take you all the way to the exit, so yeah. You can't speedrun this though, you can't really like get a good relic time from that because the timer isn't there, it's in the start, the actual Hang 'em High start. So you can't just get the fucking relic that way, sadly. Same thing with Future Frenzy, though with Future Frenzy it's a bit more messed. What you have to do here in Future Frenzy is essentially get all the crates, because there's a lot of crates and there's also a lot of TNT and such. There's also a gem here, so I'm gonna have to just go ahead and jump cut every time I fuck up and make sure we get the straight stuff. Let me just say that I got myself lost a bit because I completely forgot about how Future Frenzy works of getting the box gem, because if you're going for just this gem in Future Frenzy, then just get for the entire little bit and then get to the exit, which you are about halfway through the level by the time you get to the exit of this one compared to Hang 'em High, which takes you straight to the exit. So you want to make sure you actually, know what you're doing, and you actually can get through the entire rest of the level, rest of the second half of Future Frenzy in order to actually keep your fucking gem. Though, if you are going to essentially get every box and get the box gem for Crash Free of Future Frenzy, there's a good reason why they put you at a halfway point instead of at the end like in Hang 'em High. Because you're going to be backtracking to the very fucking beginning of the level after you get this shit. Also, you can't actually glide over there by doing this. I fucked up the jump, but essentially, you do this. And there you go. Easy stuff. Get the crates here, make sure you don't die, because there's no Aki masks here, sadly. And use your bazooka whenever you can to make things easier for yourself, instead of intensely difficult. And the gem will be right over here, past these jumps. Now you need to go, take the little elevator, escalator thing, whatever, to take the platform all the way back to the actual level, and then go back. And, well, I fucked up, so, I got this gem. But essentially after doing that shit, you go back, and you go all the way to gain the shit, and then you continue on for the other half, and then you can get your box gem. If you were to continue on, you will not get the box gem because you missed boxes back at the start. So, yeah, take care of that. Next up, we'll be going for levels that have gems we haven't gotten yet, which are basically the colored gem paths, like the red one in Boneyard. And by that means I get an achievement for actually going in a colored gem path. Because we haven't done that yet, sadly, but now we are. So it should unlock now. There you go. A cut above the rest. And we still have this one with a fucking chase, because that's always fun. And, of course, no crates or anything like that, but there are nitros here, and it can be a bit annoying, that sort of bullshit. So, what you have to do is just make sure you get to the end, get the gem, and you're done. There is a secret to the Boneyard Red Gem Path, though. It's not a very well hidden secret, it is actually kind of very immediately obvious, but it is kind of neat, and it is useful to actually go for if you want to stay alive and also get another achievement, which is the 99 life one, because every single fucking one of these free games in Sane Trilogy has a 99 live achievement to it. A different name, but same bullshit. Also, I accidentally jumped up and touched the fucking pterodactyl. I should not be charging pterodactyls this level at all, but yeah, that's just a hint to what's to come next. But right now, get the gem that's right over here, and go on the exit, and there you go. I am talking about a different fucking path. I am so fucking lost in this, because I had to do some things I'm not proud of in order to make this part happen, because trying to explain this, and of course, this bullshit here, yeah, it's not the biggest problem I had with making this part. But yeah, shoot that spot on the very beginning here on this level for the Riddle of the Sphinx. It is a bonus a little bit to get yourself a life. Now, I'm pretty sure this does not count to your box counter, because I don't think that's actually a box. I think it's just like a life you can shoot at and grab. But if you can prove me wrong, let me know, because I don't check the counter for that shit. So, but yeah, now you need to go ahead and get through this area here, because not only are there boxes here, but after this you need to backtrack for some more crates. Those boxes I broke at the right side there, as you saw, do that before you do this, because that way it lessens how much you have to backtrack. It's essentially like the B level in Crash 2, where you take that one, I believe, death path, and then after you go for that shit, you have to go through the entire fucking other area to the other boxes. So getting rid of the starting boxes that are right there lessens that time and makes it so much more easier for you. There's also a gem here, especially to grab that too. But yeah, once you got all these boxes, you will appear at the other side of the path. So now you have to backtrack and get the boxes back there, and then you on the level. It's right there at the exit, right fucking there at the exit. So go back, get the boxes there, and then get the gem for the box gem, and there you go. That is this level completed. That is tomb time. It's hard for me to explain this stuff because there's so fucking much to deal with, and this is so highly edited to like shorten it down to so much time. So now it's time for Dynamite. This is the level with the fucking thing I was talking about, Dynamite. The yellow gem path. Essentially, you have a special level, and you also have a secret bit to the level. But the yellow path has its own thing, its own U-turn in a way. It also has assholes like that. Essentially, get through this first half, making sure not to get screwed. This is essentially just a harder version of what you would do in this level initially, because you got more assholes to deal with. They're annoying, more of these little vents of steam, and more lava to deal with, but otherwise not too terrible. And also there is more of a puzzle in a way to how you're supposed to deal with these crates in order to break them all. Because you have the bazooka and the slam and such, it's not too much of a puzzle, and it's actually really easy, except for this. Either you slam like that, or if you have the bazooka, shoot the TNT, and that's it. And it should have destroyed that, but for some reason, if there's a box on top of a TNT, it does not explode it. I don't get how that works. I don't get how those kinds of boxes don't explode when the TNT is right, like, beneath them and explodes. I don't get that, but it just happens in this game, and I believe in Crash 3 as well normally. And also, the secret to this is to take a ride with this pterodactyl here, the third one, in which you get carried away and you get a trophy called Getting Carried Away, which takes you to Xindictive Rex. One of two special levels that can only be accessed by going to these sort of requirements. They do not appear in warp rooms, and you automatically get a relic time with it. So let me just say it right now. If you want to get a fuck ton of lives Mopper Fruit, don't do the relic run. But if you just want to get through this entire level with a platinum and a gem, which I fucked up on the platinum there, I'll go back and do it again. Essentially, go do the relic, and then go for the entire course as fast as possible. Get the gem, get in the exit, get your platinum. You're pretty much done with Xindictive Rex in one go. The other secret level, you can't do that, but this you can, and it makes Xindictive Rex sort of a throwaway sort of thing. And also, this is the last time we ever actually play with our little dinosaur baby friend here. So, say goodbye to him because, as far as I know, he never appears in any other Crash game ever again. That's just how memory is working with this shit. I'm pretty positive that you never play with this dinosaur ever again. So, say goodbye to him forever with our 4607 Platinum Relic in Xindictive Rex. And yes, I'll be doing the second one as well in this part because we're doing the gem rush and we do have to get all the gems that we can possibly get right now, and these two levels count, and also they do count for relic runs. I'm not putting the relic icon on the thumbnail though because it isn't exactly a relic run, it's a gem run, so it's just kind of silly for me to add a relic to the fucking thumbnail, is it? Anyway, once you get through the actual level, the actual path, you will not only find a gem at the end of the path, there it is, but if you actually destroy that, and if you don't go on the gem path just yet, and you go over this box here, this line of boxes, you'll find 5 lives. That's the secret. And you might be wondering, is there anything after that? Because there's a path afterwards, and this is this big fucking thing here, can you actually get on top of it? Yes! You can reach up there and get on top of those big pile of metal boxes. But is there a way forward after that, or is there an invisible wall? Well, invisible wall. There's nothing else after that. It would have been cool for there to be like a secret over this way, because it does seem like be more over there. You can see like a skull head over there and such. But essentially there's nothing over there, so don't bother. It would have been cool though. And yeah, just go through the entire level like normal. Make sure to backtrack for the other boxes you missed and get the gem here for the box gem. And you're done. And that is Dynamite. Now it's time for the other Egyptian level, which I remember that the last one was the purple gem one. This one has just this big gap. This gap is actually optional. It doesn't have anything of use for you to get for the box gem and such, but essentially it does hold a hard path. And it's also holding a special bit of lives for you to collect. There are a few areas in this game which just give you lives freely if you do it correctly. Also, if you continue here if you want that. There is a trick here though. If you get the lives, don't get the checkpoint and then die and then go for the entire path again and keep repeating that way, the lives always respawn. So you can keep going back and forth doing the same shit, gain infinite lives. And that does work in Sane Trilogy. So, is it the fastest way? I think it is. There's another way of gaining lives in Sane Trilogy with Crash Free, but that's how it works. You can also do Xindictive Rex for the lives and such and all that crap, you know. There's a lot of ways to get a fuck ton of lives and keep repeating that for the lives. And I went for Xindictive Rex myself because I fucked up and forgot about these two specific ways of Sane Trilogy and Crash Free in general, so... Anyway, this path right here for, I believe it was the blue gem path, it's bullshit because it's all slidey and it has these gaps here with like roofs on top, and the roofs stop you when they don't let you spin, like do the whole hovering thing, and it's a fucking mess, and I hate this fucking path because it's bullshit, and there's also this wall here which is going to be a bit annoying if you time it wrong, and then you got the gem. And that's it. Because we got the box gem already, so there's no point. And that's Sphinxinator. Now, I go off to the second bike level I forgot the name of, and we go to that alien sign. Remember that alien sign with the bird goes into it? Yeah, that. Go into the sign now, and you'll be going to the second and final level of the game. The real final level, because it's level 37, or whatever. Hot Cocoa. And get UFO Zing. The problem is, my Elgato fucked up, glitched up, and started recording without me knowing at this point. So, everything that was going to happen afterwards of me getting these boxes and such, glitched out like that and then just cuts off. So, I lost basically everything of hot cocoa as well as all the gems that I got from Warp Room 5. So I'm not going to be getting the gems and the relic again, but I will show you how you complete that shit and how you actually get the fucking relic in hot cocoa. So I redid it again with my completed save, and now I'm going to show you. Some of these would also actually be lives, but again, I already did this, and Elgato fucked up and got rid of all that hour of footage. So yeah, that pissed me off greatly, and I had to redo all of this, which sucked because this level is actually very obnoxious to deal with, especially with how the boat is controlled now. For there is movement afterwards like that, and turning's a bit different. It's a lot more slidey than in the original, and yeah, it's just overall a lot more obnoxious. And I know some people who really hate playing Hot Cocoa and Sane Trilogy more than in the original, and I can see why. But if you're doing the relic run and you're trying to do it the legit way of going all the way, getting the time boxes, and then destroying old Nitro's carts that are at the beginning with the Nitro exclamation box, and then going the way back and finishing the level that way, I mean, it's a challenge, but doing it the normal way means you're a chump. And are you a chump? You shouldn't be a fucking chump if you're playing these games. Especially if you're a speedrunner, you shouldn't be a fucking chump when it comes to Crash games in general. So, doing this level the legit way is the chump way. I'll be showing you how to do it the real way. Even though it's not the intended way, it's the way that everyone else does it, because they're not chumps, unlike people who do it legit. If you want me to do it legit, I can show you in a bonus video on TSK Dumps. I can give you the best time you can possibly get. I'll look up the platinum time on the Wikia of Crash Bandicoot for Sane Trilogy, and I can try to beat that time legit of Hot Cocoa in Sane Trilogy on TSK Dumps and link you to it in the description or the comments or whatever. But essentially, I'm going to show you the way that I do it and everyone else does it with this fucking game. And if you don't do it this way, then you're only making it hard for yourself, and again, you're a chump. So people like Cadicarus and such are fucking chumps. Anyway, I'll be showing you how to get the box gem though, because that's the gem you need to actually complete this level, because you can just get through Hot Cocoa and be done with it, but in order to get the actual level completed, you need the gems. You need to break every box. And there's a lot of boxes, and they're all basically a challenge on how good you are with controlling this fucking boat and doing dives and such. Because you might have noticed that one of the boxes down below in the water is one that's underwater, so you have to dive for it. And also, your use of checkpoints. Do you use a checkpoint every time you find one, or do you use it at an opportune moment where it will actually help you? Because they set this shit up so that if you were to get a checkpoint, like the last checkpoint in the game immediately, and then go and get the other box before you did this shit and such, you're essentially going to be making yourself do a whole lot of doing the same shit over and over again and making it harder for yourself. So don't do that. And by the way, it is possible to get this one box at that corner at the right over there in those islands, but it's covered in nitros and bombs, and it's a pain in the ass. It is possible, and I believe I've actually done it in my initial recording, but again, oh god, I fucked up, and I lost all the footage, so I can't really show you that. And I don't really want to really do it anyway, because that was like a lucky thing for me. But yeah, 69 and 70, the last box over there, it was covered in nitro, so I can't get that. That's the last box you get. And in order to get this one very well, you have to aim yourself correctly, in which you go straight, hit the box, and as soon as you hit the box, hold left that you turn to the left, because you keep going straight, you're going straight into the bombs, and you'll die. Unless you're somehow lucky and can, like, air right over them, and just barely miss them. But yeah, once you got the nitrous box destroyed, the exit is clear for you to go to, and you can go ahead and do it right now. But, if you're not a fucking chump, here's how you do the relic run. You essentially do this. You get very close to nitros and move away from them, because there's a certain hit point at them where they will explode. The very third one explodes without you actually touching it. Do it correctly, they'll all explode, the pathway is open, then hit the clock, go in the exit, and boom, 171, which is actually better than my initial time beforehand, so I got a much better time, even though I wasn't aiming to do that at all. I was just trying to get the relic run done anyway. But yeah, once you got all that shit done, you'll have your gem, you have your relic, and you can then exit, and there's your stats right there. And now it's time for Gone Tomorrow. I remember that these ones were 2 gems, and one gem's in the green path, the other is backtracking, because remember, there is the crates that we missed because we don't have them activated yet. They're all like white outlines still, so there are like 2 free boxes that are white outlines right now, and we haven't found the exclamation box yet. The exclamation box is in the green gem path, so we have to get through this path first, get the gem there. I'll show you where it actually is from memory, and then we can actually go ahead and do this shit fairly well. But yeah, go across all these assholes. This isn't that tough to get through. The green gem path is actually pretty standard, easy. The only thing that's difficult is the backtracking, because once you go for the green gem path, you get to the other side and exit from there. Essentially, it will bring you to close to where you start, pretty much right where the first white outline box is. Also, there's the gem right there. There's the exclamation box, break it, green gem over at the end, right, you'll be back where the first outline is that you couldn't get beforehand. It is now available to you for breaking, so break it now. And if you didn't break up the fucking TNT from before, go back to it, activate it, blow up the 2 boxes down there as well, and now you can get the box gem. See, 87 and 87. So yeah, get all the other boxes you missed. Be careful of not screwing up and dying if you didn't get a checkpoint beforehand. Again, use the checkpoints for good times. And there you go. And lastly is Bug Light. Essentially, Bug Light is just this all 5-color gem path. It is a standard of all Crash games. You get all the colored gems. The last level has, like the last actual level of the 5th warp room or whatever, has a path which has all 5 colored gems to it, and it's supposed to be very challenging. The problem is, with Crash 3, this is not that challenging. This is actually so much fucking easier than Crash 2's colored path, and if you actually struggled with this one, why? Just why? You did beat Crash 2, right? You did 100% that game, right? You did actually do the fucking 5-colored gem path at the end of that game. Because you did that. If you did that, this is easier than that. So how the fuck did you fail so hard on this more than that? Because this is easy. The nitro thing there, the spikes, use the bazooka and take your time. The first bit, the slide, spin, jump shit, and the spin helps. You can hover across all that crap. This bit, again, slide, spin, jump, and the hover helps. And the one enemy that's on this path, there's no mummy in it. There's a mummy case that's bumping over to you, but there's no mummy inside of it, which is the only time there's ever just a fucking mummy case without a mummy inside of it. There's no threat on that third one. Then you go for the Jello Gem path, and there's all these guys here, but they're easy to dodge, and again, slide, spin, jump, spin. There's no fucking challenge here, and of course at the double jump as well, and you use that as well, you can go right to the roof and just hover across the entire fucking thing. And the red gem path is your exit. So take it, and you'll be going straight to the end, where the gem, it'll be right around here, I believe. And then there's the exit right over at the end, and you exit from there, and that's it. And that is it for this part. Next time, we'll be doing the Warp Room 5 relics and fully completing Warp Room 6. And it'll actually be of the actual recording of the game that I've already done. So thank you for watching. I'll see you then for the end of Crash 3.